Namaste. Welcome to the continuation of building construction class for underground structures. In this you will see a few case studies or examples. Blackwall Tunnel, built in 1897 in England. So it is one of the earliest very famous underground structure or a tunnel. It is engineered by Alexander Benning. It is built to provide a road link under Thames River between Greenwich and Poplar. At that time, it was considered as one of the longest underwater tunnel, covering about 6,200 feet. The roads built underground are called subways or underpass. And how much time it consumes? So roughly, one can cover 3 meter, one can cover 3 meter in 24 hours. So that means for 500 meter or half kilometer, it consumes 4,000 hours. Roughly it is about 166 days, that is about 6 months. Here you can see the aerial view of this Blackwall Tunnel constructed in 1897, and in the other slide you can see the construction process at that time, how it was. Same Blackwall Tunnel, and here you can see the curve. So imagine if the same thing is straight and if you see the light, so it will disturb by, so it is curved here, right? And then you can see the other slide, the construction process, how it was, the tunnel, all that supports, everything at that time in 1897. Can you imagine that you can construct a whole city itself below the ground? So for this, the best example is Coober Pedy, an opal mining town in Australia. In Australian desert, it is located. 50% of the population live underground to survive the scorching summer heat. So actually it is located in a desert, and it has got very extreme weather of very hot in summer and very cold in winter, and it is very difficult to live on the surface. But since it is an important town with opal mining, many people have to stay there, so they have no other go. So that's why they have found out that it is better to go for underground structure, and many of the mines that are left out, so that also has been adopted for this housing. The homes are built into caves, hills and old mine shafts, and stay a pleasant 23 degrees Celsius all year round. So this is very important. Even though it is located in the desert, so always the temperature is very constant, about 23 degrees. So that means no need to go for any AC or anything. Same Coober Pedy, the other photos. The first slide shows how the desert looks. Imagine in this kind of desert where there are no any trees, vegetation and all, how to live. So for that they have found out this convenient way. And then the other slide shows there are bookshops, so many other commercial activities are also located below the ground. This is another very interesting example for underground structure. So this is located in Montreal. It is called Montreal Underground Complex. So it is located as part of this metro links. So you can see two metro links, one orange and one green. And below the orange you can see a few stations. And then as part of that, a series of underground structure has been built. And then on the green line also you can see similar underground structure along with the stations. And then at some places, at two places, these two are linked with underground structure, so that one can come in green line and get down in one particular station, and then they can pass through this underground complex and come to the orange line. Similarly, from orange to green also one can pass. So the whole structure is very interesting. It is very huge structure, and then one can easily pass and then spend time and easily cross or walk over to different stations instead of metro also. So like that there are few photos you can see on the top how the interior is. Very interesting, and this lot of tourist attraction are also there for this, and commercial activities are there, and one can easily cross, they can purchase, they can do window shopping and then enjoy the whole journey in this. There are underground structures in history also. So one of the example here, it is in Derinkuyu, that is located in Turkey. It was built during the Byzantine era, when its inhabitants used it to protect themselves from Muslim Arabs during the Arab-Byzantine wars between 780 and 1180. So that means it is used as a shelter, and it's a whole city itself. So it is more than 60 meters below the ground, and also it can accommodate about 20,000 people. Recently Turkey has opened it, that is in 1969, and only half of the city is available for viewing. The underground city Derinkuyu, here you can see few photographs which shows how those underground shelters were, the narrow passages, levels, different levels, various spaces within, and then some column-like structures also. So all these things were carved out in the ground, and people were living at that time. This is another example in India. In India also you can see many underground structures. So this is one famous underground structure called Chandravalli Cave. It is located in the outskirts of Chitradurga town. So this is completely a small underground palace which is deep below the ground, and then you can see the bottom slide where two huge rocks are there, and one mandap is there. So you have to enter into the mandap, and from the mandap there is a small entrance to the basement. So one has to go below, climbing down the steps, and then inside the structure it is pitch dark, and you have to go with some light or lantern, and then you can see all the structure inside. At that time the king and all they are using for their hiding space or close discussions or different kind of activities. And also you can see a few small niches where they used to put light, so that the whole structure will be with lights, and then arches, walls, everything you can see, and different kind of spaces are there for living and for other activities. So it's a good example, and you can open the link and see the details also, and it is also worth visiting, so that you will get an idea how an underground structure in historical times. Thank you. Same Kuberpedi, the other photos. The first slide shows how the desert looks. Imagine in this kind of desert where there are no any trees, vegetation and all, how to live. Here is another reference material with the link is shared, and you can go through that and you can answer these questions. Whatever you learn from underground structures, if you compile all of them together and put it on A2 sheets, so then it will become a good presentation. So you can just go through whatever that is presented in two slides, two parts. So you can just do a good presentation and come out with your own case studies also. I wish you all the best. Thank you.